Hey, today is July 6th. Welcome on into Daily Cards Live. Quick version of the show as we're about a half an hour or so away from game time. I'm Joe Roderick. That's Matt Rocchio. And we are brought to you by Mungenast, St. Louis Acura, and Royal Banks of Missouri. Rock, you know what? I like to pat myself on the back when I'm right. And unfortunately, I was real close to being right yesterday when I predicted what would happen in that Cardinal game.
Yeah, that's not what you wanted to see. Obviously, Andre Palante, one of the more successful starters in this rotation over the last 2 weeks, and to see him get shelled like that, you called it, but still, it's not something you ever want to see. We actually had the pleasure of talking to Adam Wainwright on Character and Smallman on 101 today. He said he thought that Palante might have been tipping his pitches a little bit. He kind of gave a little rundown of some of the struggles the pitchers have had. That was his point on Palante. While I'm on the point, he said that Hudson just needs to pitch his game. He says that he's surrounded by so many great pitchers, you know, veterans like him and Miles and even Steven Matz. And he's like, he wants to pull stuff from it, but he's just got to pitch his game right now.
Yeah, he does, and the Cardinals need to turn it around. Last time through the rotation, now 1-4, and this has been one of the uglier skids that they have been on so far this season. They're 3 games back now of the Brewers, and at last check, we're tied for that third playoff spot, that third wild card spot. So it's this is a team in need of a break. The All-Star break can't get here quick enough for the Cardinals right now, and they'll carry on though. Still 2 more games in Atlanta against the Braves, and they will go at it tonight. Here is your starting lineup for the game that starts here in less than 1 hour. It's Tommy Edman back in the leadoff spot, playing second base. Dylan Carlson is in center. Paul Goldschmidt at first. Arenado at third. Yepes in right. Albert is in the lineup DHing. Edmundo Sosa at short. Brendan Donovan in left, and Andrew Kisner is behind the plate catching for the Cardinals. For the Braves, they have Max Fried on the mound. Ronald Acuna Jr. leads off, plays right. Dansby Swanson is at short. Matt Olson at first. Austin Riley at third. Travis d'Arnaud is behind the plate. Marcelo Zuna DHing. Eddie Rosario in left. Orlando Arcia is at second, and Michael Harris II is in center field. The bright spot from yesterday, Ali Marmol talked about it at length today in the pregame media scrum, talking about what Packy Naughton did for the team last night, coming in and pitching 2 1/3 innings of scoreless relief, and a few things that came of that. First, from Ali Marmol, he let Packy Naughton know, you go out there and you wear this, you pitch for as long as you can, you won't get sent down. You know, you're going to stay on this roster. That's going to be your reward for going out there and wearing that. And then he went out there for the third inning of work. He went out there for that. He pitched 2 1/3. He went out there and insisted that he go out there and throw more instead of the bullpen having to go to Jordan Hicks. So Jordan Hicks remains fresh for tonight's game. So Packy Naughton, who has had very good outings this year, who has come out and pitched very well out of the bullpen, a few spot starts. Kind of I guess if you're looking for a bright spot in yesterday's game, it was Packy Naughton in relief.
Yeah, I mean, I think his ERA in his few starts is something around 5, but his ERA as a relief pitcher is sub 1, one earned run in 12 1/3 right now as a reliever. So you take that role, even if he's just about to going to pitch the same amount of pitches, you take him out of that role, and clearly it's hard for those relievers to change that mindset. And you see it right now with Packy. So successful right now in the same amount of pitches, the same amount of innings, but you change the role, and now all of a sudden you go from a 5+ ERA to a sub 1.
Yeah, and I do. You know what? The one thing that I think can't that I don't know if fans have kind of realized, if they've noticed out of Ali Marmol in some of his post game comments. I don't know how closely people really look at that or read into it, but Ali Marmol really, I mean, he says what's on his mind. He doesn't really, maybe when he's talking to the player, it's different. But when he talks to the media, he is flat out. He talks about players being responsible for what their roles are on the team. And when a player needs to be better, he comes out and says it. He doesn't try to hide, kind of be soft on anyone's feelings. It's something I think that's a little different than you see from a lot of managers around baseball who, kind of will talk around it and not want to say that, but he doesn't mind. He'll tell you when a job needs to be done.
Yeah, I love that from a manager. If you're going to have that kind of honesty, or the honesty that TLR has kind of later in his St. Louis stage, where it was like, okay, I'm going to walk the riders through my thought process over this last inning and a third, why I went to this person, why I pinch hit here, why I pinch run this guy here. So if you're going to have a manager, one of those kinds of honesty, and with Marmol, I'm happy we're getting at least that kind from him.
So it's a 6:20 start time tonight. Cardinals and Braves, game 3 of 4 in the series. Tomorrow, also another night game. And I tell you what, I mean, you talk about having a fresh bullpen, having Hicks out there, haven't seen Gallegos, Helsley. Tonight, you might not see much of the bullpen from either side, either team, as you have Miles Michaelis going against Max Fried. Might be one of those quick games that we've seen recently too, with Miles on the mound. So make sure you're in front of the TV and you catch it, because I don't know if this is a game that's going to still be on TV around 9 o'clock local time.
Yeah, something tells me we're looking at like 2-1. Somebody winning this split up for one of the times this season the Cardinals can get across more than one run in a Miles Michaelis start.
It'd be nice to see him go out there and smash a lefty tonight in Max Fried, who's a very, very good pitcher. But still, let's see if those Cardinal right-handed bats can get the job done. We will be back with you tomorrow afternoon, previewing Game 4 of the series right here on Daily Cards Live, brought to you each and every day by Royal Banks of Missouri and also Mungenast St. Louis Acura. Rock, you just came from Mungenast St. Louis Acura, getting some work done on your car. Had to reschedule it last week to make it work today, and they got you back on the road. You're calling right now from the car that was just serviced there at Mungenast St. Louis Acura.
Exactly. At the palatial bays that they have there at St. Louis Mungenast Acura, they took care of me. The car's absolutely gorgeous on the inside, in the interior part that matters. I'm sure it's running like a dream. They all take care of you over at Mungenast.
We will be back tomorrow. That's Matt Rocchio. I'm Joe Roderick. This has been another episode of Daily Cards Live right here, ClaimsOnline.com.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.